Wake up. The alarm goes off. What is the first thing you do? You don't look at your partner. You don't look at the sunlight coming through the window. You reach for the black mirror. Before your feet even touch the cold floor, you have already consumed more information than a medieval peasant consumed in a lifetime. You check the notifications. You check the news. You check the emails. You check the price of Bitcoin. You scroll. You tell yourself this is necessary. You tell yourself you are staying informed. You are getting ready to conquer the day. But let's call it what it really is. You are administering your first dose of dopamine to a brain that has forgotten how to function without a chemical drip. You get up, you drink your coffee, and then the work begins. But look closely at what you call work. Your calendar is a masterpiece. It is color-coded, blue for deep work, red for meetings, green for self-improvement. It looks impressive. It looks like the schedule of a CEO, a conqueror, a high achiever. You sit down at your desk, you open your laptop, you open Notion, you open Slack, you open Trello, you adjust your chair, you put on your noise-canceling headphones, you put on the lo-fi beats for focus playlist. You are ready. You feel productive. You feel like a professional. But tell me honestly, what have you actually produced in the last 6 months? I don't mean, what did you plan? I don't mean, what did you learn? I don't mean, how many meetings did you attend? I mean, what tangible result exists in the physical world today that did not exist 6 months ago because of your hands? How much more money is in your bank account? How many real customers have paid you? How much muscle have you actually built? If you're honest, the answer is terrifying. The answer is almost nothing. You are running at maximum speed, sweating, exhausted, burning out, but the scenery isn't changing. You are trapped in a simulation of progress. You are experiencing the most dangerous condition of the modern age. You are not lazy. Laziness would be better. If you were lazy, you would at least be rested. You would be enjoying your life. No, you are worse than lazy. You are busy. Welcome to the knowledge trap. Welcome to Rat Race 2.0. The old rat race was simple. Our parents were in it. You went to a factory or an office. You did a task you hated. You punched a clock and you went home. You knew you were a cog in a machine. You knew you were selling your time for money. There was no illusion. You were a slave, but at least you knew you were a slave. Rat Race 2.0 is different. It is invisible. It is designed for the smart people. It is designed for you. It tricks you into thinking you are escaping the system while you are actually powering it. It replaces punching the clock with optimizing your workflow. It replaces obeying the boss with listening to gurus. It replaces production with education. Think about your obsession with knowledge. You are drowning in advice. You have read Atomic Habits. You have read The 4-Hour Workweek. You have read Think and Grow Rich. You have watched every TED Talk on procrastination. You subscribe to 10 different newsletters that promise to make you smarter, richer, and more efficient. You know exactly what to do. Intellectually, you are a genius. If I asked you how to start a business, you could quote the lean startup methodology. If I asked you how to get in shape, you could explain the science of hypertrophy and intermittent fasting. You have the map. You have studied the map for years. You have memorized every mountain, every river, and every path on the map, but you have never taken a single step into the territory. You are a collector of maps who has never left his living room. Why? Why is there such a massive, painful gap between what you know and what you do? Why do you feel so busy yet remain so broke? This is not an accident. And it is not a character flaw. You are not broken. You are being hacked. Your biological operating system, the ancient software running in your brain, has been hijacked by a modern economy that profits from your inaction. The system doesn't want you to succeed. The system wants you to aspire to succeed, because a person who is striving, buying courses, clicking videos, and preparing is a profitable consumer. A person who actually succeeds and exits the race stops buying the dream. So the system feeds you a drug called fake productivity. It feels like work. It exhausts you like work. It satisfies your ego like work, but it produces nothing. It is the treadmill, and you have been running on it for years. Today, we are going to smash the treadmill. We are going to perform a brutal autopsy on your daily life. We are going to strip away the excuses, the research, and the planning. We are going to look at the ugly truth of why you are hiding behind books instead of facing the world. This will not be comfortable. You will feel attacked. You will want to turn this off and go back to checking your email because that feels safer. Don't do it. Stay with the pain. The pain is the only thing that is real. Everything else is just a distraction. Let's begin the diagnosis. You think you are procrastinating because you are lazy. You think you are stuck because you lack motivation or discipline. Wrong. You are stuck because your brain is hallucinating. To understand why you are rotting in your comfort zone, you have to look at the hardware you are running. Your brain is not designed for the 21st century. It is not designed for Excel spreadsheets, startups, or stock markets. Your brain is 50,000 years old. It was designed for the savannah. It was designed for one thing only: survival. In the ancient world, the rules were simple. If you felt fear, it meant a tiger was about to eat you. Fear was a signal to run. If you felt hunger, it meant you needed to hunt. If you expended energy, you got an immediate reward: meat, sex, or survival. The equation was perfect. Effort equals immediate reward. But now, look at your life. The equation is broken. You sit in a chair for 8 hours. You expend mental energy. You stress out. But at the end of the day, you have no dead mammoth. You have no physical reward. You just have a paycheck that comes 2 weeks later. Digital numbers on a screen. Your primal brain hates this. It doesn't understand delayed gratification. It screams for a reward now. And here is where the trap snaps shut. Because you can't give your brain a real victory. Because real success takes years. You give it a fake victory. This is the mechanism of the surrogate hunt. When you tell your friends, I'm going to start a business, what happens? They say, wow, that's amazing. You're so ambitious. Your brain hears this praise. It releases dopamine. It feels the pride of a conqueror. But you haven't done anything yet. You haven't sold a single product. You haven't risked a single dollar. You got the reward before the work. And once the brain has the reward, it asks, why should I go out into the cold and hunt? I'm already full. Talking about the work kills the work. Planning the battle replaces fighting the battle. This is why you are addicted to learning. When you read a business book, your brain feels like it is doing business. When you watch a workout video, your brain mirrors the activity. You feel a phantom sense of progress. It is intellectual masturbation. It feels like the real thing. It releases the same chemicals. It gives you a moment of pleasure, but it creates no life. It produces no offspring. It builds no legacy. You are jerking off your potential and calling it strategy. You are a junkie. You are not addicted to heroin. You are addicted to the feeling of potential. You love the feeling of getting ready because getting ready is safe. In the preparation phase, you are perfect. In your head, your business makes millions. In your head, your novel is a bestseller. In your head, you are shredded. In the preparation phase, you can't fail. But the moment you step into the real world, the moment you send that cold email, the moment you post that video, reality hits. You might get 0 views. You might get rejected. You might look stupid. Your ancient brain views looking stupid as a death sentence. In the tribe, if you were rejected socially, you were exiled, and exile meant death. So your amygdala, the fear center, will do anything to stop you from taking a real risk. It will paralyze you with anxiety. It will invent logical reasons to wait. I need to do more research. I need a better logo. I'm not ready yet. These are not logical thoughts. These are biological lies. This is your inner caveman screaming, don't leave the cave. The tiger will eat us. But there is no tiger. There is only an email. There is only a phone call. Nobody is going to eat you. The worst thing that can happen is silence. But you listen to the fear and you retreat. You go back to the books. You go back to the tutorials. You tell yourself you are sharpening your axe, but you have been sharpening that axe for 5 years. The blade is gone. You are just holding a stick and the trees are still standing. Do you understand the tragedy of this? You are using your intelligence against yourself. If you were stupid, you would be better off. A stupid person doesn't know how to rationalize their fear. A stupid person just tries and fails until they succeed. But you're smart. You can construct a complex, beautiful, logical argument for why you shouldn't act today. The market conditions aren't right. I need to learn Python first. I need to fix my sleep schedule. Your intelligence is not a tool. It is a cage. You have built a prison out of facts and theories. You are the smartest prisoner in the world, locking yourself in a cell with the key in your pocket. Stop calling it perfectionism. That sounds noble. Call it what it is, cowardice. You are afraid to find out that you might not be as good as you think you are. As long as you never try, you can keep the fantasy alive that you are special, just waiting for the right time. If you try and fail, the fantasy dies. So you choose the fantasy. You choose to be a potential genius rather than a real failure. But here is the truth that should terrify you more than failure. Time does not care about your potential. Every day you spend preparing is a day you did not live. You are not pausing life. You are not pressing save. The game is running. The clock is ticking. You are dying. Right now, as you listen to this, your cells are decaying. Your time is running out. While you are polishing your plan, someone dumber than you with a worse plan is out there making mistakes and getting rich. They are winning not because they are better, but because they are moving. They are in the arena, covered in blood and sweat, while you are sitting in the stands, criticizing their technique, thinking you could do it better, but you aren't doing it. And until you do, you are nothing. You are a ghost haunting your own life. Wake up. The cave is safe, but there is no food in the cave. If you want to eat, you have to go out and kill something. You have to stop stimulating your brain and start using your hands. The surrogate hunt is over. It is time for the real hunt. So we have established that your brain is conspiring against you, but it has an accomplice. You are not just fighting your own biology. You are fighting a multi-billion-dollar industry designed to keep you on the treadmill. Let's talk about the success industrial complex. Look at your YouTube recommendations. Look at your bookshelf. How to master your morning routine. seen. The 7 Secrets of Billionaires, How to Build a Second Brain. There is an entire economy built on selling you the feeling of progress. These gurus, authors, and app developers, do they want you to succeed? In theory, yes. In reality, no. Think about the business model. If they sold you the truth, they would go bankrupt. Because the truth is boring. The truth is simple. The truth is one sentence. Pick a hard problem and work on it until it is solved. You can't sell that in a 10-hour masterclass. You can't turn that into a subscription model. So they have to sell you complexity. They have to convince you that success is a hidden code, a secret lock, and only they have the key. You're not failing because you're lazy. You're failing because you don't have the right system. You need my Zettelkasten method. You need my Notion template. You need my biohacking supplements. They complicate the process to justify the price tag, and you buy it. You buy the complexity because it gives you an excuse. I see. I wasn't procrastinating. I just didn't have the right app. Now that I have this $50 planner, now I can start. This is the tool fetish. Look at how much time you spend optimizing your tools. You switch from Evernote to Notion, then from Notion to Obsidian, then to Tana. Each switch feels like a revolution. You spend weeks migrating your data. You color code your tags. You feel incredibly productive. But let me ask you, did the quality of your writing improve? Did your revenue double? No. You just rearranged the furniture on the Titanic. A professional writer can write a bestseller on a napkin. A professional coder can build a unicorn in a basic text editor. The tool does not matter. The craftsman matters. But you are obsessed with the hammer because you are too afraid to hit the nail. You think if you buy a better hammer, the house will build itself. It is a lie, and it is keeping you poor. But the trap goes deeper than just gurus and apps. It is baked into the very structure of your job. Let's talk about the corporate theater of busyness. If you work in an office, you know this game. The modern workplace is not designed for output. It is designed for visibility. Who gets promoted? The person who quietly does the work and goes home. No, that person is invisible. The person who gets promoted is the one who is always on. The one who replies to emails at 11 p.m. The one who schedules meetings to align on the alignment. The one whose calendar is so full they have to eat lunch while on a Zoom call. We have confused activity with achievement. We have created entire departments whose only job is to generate reports about work that hasn't been done yet. We sit in meetings with 10 people, nodding our heads, saying buzzwords like synergy, bandwidth, and circling back. Nobody is actually doing anything. We are just collectively role-playing a business. Why? Because doing real work is risky. If you create something, it can be criticized. But if you manage something, if you coordinate, you are safe. You can't be blamed if the project fails because you were just facilitating the process. This environment trains you to be a fake worker. It rewires your brain to value the appearance of effort over the result of effort, and then you try to start your own business or write your own book, and you bring that employee mindset with you. You spend weeks designing a logo. You spend days writing a mission statement. You hold meetings with yourself. You play office in your own life. But the market doesn't pay for role play. The market pays for value, and value only comes from deep work. What is deep work? It is the opposite of everything you are doing. It is silence. It is isolation. It is pain. It is sitting in a room for 4 hours with zero distractions, forcing your brain to solve a hard problem. It is not fun. It does not release dopamine. It feels like mental weightlifting. That is why you avoid it. That is why you check Slack every 5 minutes. Slack is the candy. Deep work is the vegetables. And you are a diabetic child constantly reaching for the sugar. The industry of illusion wants you to stay a child. They want you to be a lifelong learner. Be careful with that phrase. It sounds noble, but often it is a trap. Lifelong learner can be code for lifelong beginner. If you have been learning French for 10 years and still can't order a coffee, you aren't a learner. You are a hobbyist. If you have been learning copywriting for 5 years and haven't sold a page of copy, you aren't a student. You are a fan. Stop being a fan of the game. Get on the field. The spectators pay. The players get paid. Which one are you? Look at your credit card statement. Look at your history. How much money have you paid to watch others do the thing you want to do? How many courses? How many seminars? You are funding their dreams while you're starved. You have to stop consuming. You have to start creating. And to do that, you have to kill the part of you that needs permission. The gurus sell you permission. They give you a certificate that says, now you are ready. You don't need a certificate. You don't need permission. The only permission you need is the one you give yourself. But that is scary. Because if you don't need a course, if you don't need a new app, if you don't need a mentor, then you have no excuse left. It's just you, naked, facing the work. And that brings us to the most painful part of the diagnosis. Why do you stay here? Why do you stay in this warm, comfortable bath of fake productivity, watching your life tick away? Because you are in the comfort zone. But it's not the comfort zone you think it is. It is not a paradise. It is a slow motion suicide. You are trapped in the most dangerous place on earth. It is not a war zone. It is not a prison. It is not a hospital. It is the zone of comfortable inaction. If your life was a disaster, if you were starving, homeless, or in agonizing pain, you would move. Your survival instinct would kick in. You would change. But your life isn't a disaster. It's fine. It's okay. You have Netflix. You have Uber Eats. You have a salary that covers the rent. Your dissatisfaction is a low-level hum. It's a background noise. It's not loud enough to make you scream, but it's annoying enough to steal your joy. This is the slow kill zone. It is like a frog in boiling water. If I dropped you in boiling water, you would jump out. But the water is heating up so slowly, degree by degree, year by year, that you don't realize you are dying until it is too late. You tell yourself, I have time. I'll start next month. I'll start when I finish this course. I'll start when the economy improves. You treat time as if it is an infinite resource. You spend it like a drunk billionaire. But let's look at the math. Let's talk about the compounding interest of experience. Imagine two people. Person A is you, the smart planner. You spend 3 years studying business. You read 100 books. You know everything about marketing theory. Person B is the dumb executor. He doesn't read books. He just starts a messy, ugly, imperfect lawn mowing business. Day 1, you know more than him. You are smarter. Year 1, you are still reading. He has failed 5 times. He has lost money. He has been yelled at by customers. He looks like a loser. Year 3, you are finally ready to start. You have your perfect logo. But person B, he isn't mowing lawns anymore. He learned from the failures. He pivoted. Now he owns a landscaping company with 20 employees. He understands taxes, hiring, and sales. Not because he read about them, but because he lived them. He has 3 years of real-world data. You have 3 years of theory. He is battle-hardened. You are library soft. In a fight, he kills you in 10 seconds. This is the tragedy of your life. You are trading experience for information, and the exchange rate is a scam. 1 day of failing in the real world is worth more than a PhD in theory, because failure gives you feedback. Books give you confirmation. When you read, you nod your head. Yes. That makes sense? When you act, reality hits you in the face. No, that was wrong. That hit in the face is the only way to learn. You are terrified of the hit. You are terrified of looking stupid. So you stay in the library and you tell yourself a lie. I am building my potential. Let me tell you the truth about potential. Potential is nothing. Potential is just what you haven't done yet. A battery sitting on a shelf has potential, but if it sits there for 10 years, it corrodes, it leaks, it becomes toxic waste. You are a leaking battery. Walk through a graveyard. Read the tombstones. Do you know what is buried there? Novels that were never written, businesses that were never started, inventions that were never launched. The graveyard is the richest place on earth. It is filled with potential. Do not add to that wealth. Fast forward your life. Close your eyes and look at yourself in 10 years. If you change nothing, if you keep doing exactly what you did today, where are you? You are in the same chair. You are watching the same screen, but you are heavier, you are slower, you are more tired, and you are bitter. Bitterness is the cancer of the soul. It comes from knowing you could have been more, but you didn't try. You will look at others, people who were dumber than you, lazier than you, and you will see them winning. And you will say, I could have done that. I had that idea years ago, and you will be right. But nobody cares about your idea. They care about the execution. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Right now, you are choosing the tons. You are choosing to carry the weight of what if for the rest of your life. Why? Because you are waiting for motivation? Motivation is a myth. Motivation is for amateurs. Do you think the hunter wakes up at 4 a.m. in the freezing rain because he is motivated? No, he does it because he is hungry. Are you hungry? Or are you just full of cheap snacks? Full of cheap dopamine? Full of other people's content? You have to starve yourself. You have to realize that no one is coming to save you. There is no mentor coming to knock on your door. There is no publisher waiting for your manuscript. There is no investor looking for you. You are alone and you are dying. Every second that ticks by is gone forever. You just lost another one and another one. This is not a rehearsal. This is the show. And you are standing backstage memorizing the lines while the audience is leaving the theater. It is time to walk onto the stage. Even if you forget your lines, even if you trip, even if they boo, at least be on the stage, at least be a player. So how do we do it? How do we break a lifetime of conditioning? How do we kill the planner and give birth to the doer? It requires a radical protocol. It requires you to go against every instinct in your modern brain. It requires the red pill. Are you ready to swallow it? You are waiting for the secret. You are waiting for me to tell you the name of the app, the supplement, or the morning routine that will fix you. Stop it. That is the addict talking. You are looking for an external solution to an internal problem. There is no hack. There is only a hard reset. You have to dismantle your current operating system and rebuild it. Here is the protocol. It consists of 4 non-negotiable rules. Rule number 1, input deprivation. You are suffering from information obesity. You are mentally fat. You are consuming so much content that you have no space left to create. For the next 30 days, you are on a strict diet. No podcasts, no audiobooks, no YouTube tutorials, no newsletters. Silence. You think you need to learn more to start? Lie. You already know enough. In fact, you know too much. Your head is so full of conflicting strategies that you are paralyzed. You need to starve the brain. When you stop consuming, you will get bored. Boredom is the most powerful drug in the world. When a human being is truly bored, they will do anything to escape it. They will write, they will build, they will solve problems. Boredom is the birthplace of action. You have killed boredom with your phone. Bring it back. Sit in the silence until it screams at you. Then use that energy to build. Rule number 2, the do it terribly standard. Your perfectionism is not a virtue. It is procrastination in a tuxedo. You are waiting to do it right. You are waiting for the quality to match your taste. But here is the law of the universe. Quantity produces quality. There was a study in a pottery class. Group A was told, you will be graded on the quality of a single pot. Group B was told, you will be graded on the quantity of pots. 50 pounds of clay equals an A. Who made the best pots? Group B, the quantity group. Why? Because while Group A was sitting around theorizing about the perfect pot, Group B was throwing clay, making mistakes, learning, and adjusting. By the 50th pot, they were masters. Group A was still paralyzed by the fear of the first pot. You are Group A. You are trying to launch the perfect business on day 1. You are trying to write the perfect first chapter. Stop it. Your goal is not to be good. Your goal is to be prolific. Give yourself permission to suck. Write a terrible page. Record a terrible video. Make a terrible sales call. You can fix terrible. You cannot fix nothing. A bad draft is 100% better than a perfect idea. Make it exist, then make it good. Rule number 3, separate the CEO and the worker. You are exhausted because you are trying to be the boss and the employee at the same time. You sit down to work and you ask, what should I do? That is a fatal error. The moment you ask, what should I do? You are spending willpower on decision making. You have none left for execution. You need to split your personality. The CEO works at night. Before you go to bed, you look at the plan. You decide exactly what needs to be done tomorrow. You write it down. Write 500 words. Call 5 leads. That is the order. The CEO has spoken. The worker wakes up in the morning. The worker is dumb. The worker does not think. The worker does not strategize. The worker looks at the piece of paper and executes the order. If the paper says call 5 leads, you do not ask, is this the best strategy? You do not ask, do I feel like it? You just do it. You have to become a robot in the morning. Emotion is the enemy of execution. Do not negotiate with yourself. When the alarm goes off, the negotiation is over. Rule number 4, seek rejection. This is the final and most important rule. You are avoiding pain. We need to recalibrate your relationship with pain. You need to build a callus over your ego. Your new metric for success is not how much did I achieve. It is how many times was I rejected. If you didn't get a no today, you didn't try. If you sent an email and they didn't reply, good. If you posted a video and got a hate comment, good. If you tried to sell and they hung up on you, good. That pain, that sting, that is the feeling of leaving the simulation. That is the feeling of the real world. Collect rejections like trophies, because every no brings you closer to the truth, and every no kills the fragile little ego that is keeping you small. Go out and try to fail. I dare you. Try to fail 100 times in the next 30 days. I guarantee you, by accident, you will succeed, because it is statistically impossible to take that much action and not hit a target eventually. Success is just a numbers game, and you aren't playing enough hands. This is the protocol. Input deprivation, quantity over quality, CEO versus worker, seek rejection. It is simple, but it is not easy. It will hurt. Your brain will scream. It will beg for the dopamine of a YouTube video. It will beg for the safety of a planning meeting. Do not listen. You are exorcising a demon. The demon of busy. Starve it. We are at the end of the line. The video is almost over. And now you face the most dangerous moment of the entire hour. Right now, you feel motivated. You feel clarity. You feel the fire. But in a few minutes, the screen will go black. Or worse, YouTube will recommend another video. How to stay disciplined. Morning routine of Elon Musk. And your thumb will hover over that click. If you click that next video, you have failed. If you click that next video, everything I just said was a waste of breath. You will have turned this manifesto into entertainment. You will have used my words as just another hit of dopamine to make yourself feel productive without doing anything. Don't do it. You have to break the loop. Before you go, I want to leave you with one final truth, a truth about happiness. You are running from the work. Because you think the work is the enemy. You think the goal of life is to reach a point where you don't have to struggle. You think the dream is the beach, the passive income, the endless leisure. You are wrong. That is not the dream. That is a nursing home. Humans are not designed for leisure. We are designed for burden. Look at the most miserable people in society. They are often the ones with no responsibility. They have nothing to carry. They float. And because they float, they drown in their own thoughts. Look at the happiest people. They are tired. They are stressed. They are carrying a heavy load, but they have meaning. The work is not the obstacle to your life. The work is your life. The struggle is not something to be hacked or optimized away. The struggle is the point. The hunter does not hunt just to eat. He hunts to be a hunter. The writer does not write just to sell books. He writes to find out who he is. When you run from the pain of doing, you are running from your own humanity. You are trying to turn yourself into a ghost, a creature that observes but never touches. Do not be a ghost. Be a force. A force has friction. A force meets resistance. Yes, it is hard. Yes, it is scary. Yes, you will be tired. But that tiredness, that is the best feeling in the world. It is the tiredness of a day well used. It is the feeling of emptying the tank. It is better than the rot of sitting on the couch, full of energy but empty of purpose. So here is your choice. Two paths lie before you right now. Path 1, you let the next video play. You go back to the simulation. You spend the rest of the day researching and planning. You stay safe, you stay clean, you stay potential. And tomorrow, you wake up exactly as you are today. A little older, a little weaker, a little more afraid. Path 2, you turn this off. Immediately, you sit in the silence, you let the anxiety hit you, and then you pick one thing, one small, ugly, real thing, and you do it. You write the sentence, you make the call, you lift the weight, you step into the arena. It will be messy, it will be imperfect, but it will be real. The clock is ticking, the sand is running out. The world is waiting for you to stop studying it and start shaping it. I've given you the diagnosis, I've given you the cure. I cannot give you the will. That part is up to you. Do not subscribe to watch me do it. Go do it yourself. Kill the simulation. Start the war. Turn it off. Now.